From BS and Beer Media, it's Top of the Bleachers with Jason and Tucker.
Handoff, Smith coming right, trying to outrun the coverage, makes a cut, gets it, oh, he's still going, oh, he's going to score, he's got the ball.
Let's see what the guys are talking about today.
Yo, welcome in the Top of the Bleachers. It is, April the 23rd, bro. One more day till the draft starts. We'll talk a little draft today, a little NBA playoffs, little nil money recoup drama going on in college football. We'll see what that's all about. And what's up, man? Happy Wednesday. What's up?
What's up, man? Feel like it's been a month since we've been on here. Well,
I've been vacationing, sort of.
yeah, it's not really a vacation when you got to work.
Had some drama come when I got home.
When you got home?
Yeah.
Some drama?
Yeah. I can't talk about it on here probably because, well, I probably can. It's all right. You ever go somewhere and while you're there for a couple of days, you start feeling kind of like you wore out your welcome?
No.
Okay. Well, I do.
Sure.
I always feel that way.
Sure.
Matter of fact. But this time I was picking up some vibes. I was trying to tell some people and they weren't listening. And then
you found out about when you got home that you were
when
right.
I found out when I got home that actually they'd been lying to me about some stuff and telling me what I wanted to hear. And
yeah, I don't think that's lying. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of was.
It's more like avoiding confrontation.
And ultimate guests while you're there. I'm talking clean the dishwasher, clean the washing machine, vacuum, did dishes, did all kinds of stuff. Took a bunch of stuff to the trash bin. Like the ultimate roommates. You know what I mean? Always apologetic, always thank you, humble, all that stuff. And then, to find out that's not, how everybody is. So it's a little disappointing, to be honest with you.
One of the reasons that I say no, that I never wear my welcome out, I have two reasons. Number one is I try not to stay anywhere very long.
Yeah.
Hard for you to get your fill of me because I'm not, I'm usually out the door before. And number two is when I got to the point where I could afford to stay at a hotel, I stay at a hotel. And I would rather everybody be like, oh, you didn't have to get a hotel room. You could have stayed here. And you'd be like, no, I don't want to be an inconvenience. So we got a hotel room. Mm-hmm. That way, you come off like, you're really.
Well, it's my daughter's apartment too, right? So
yeah.
She invited us and was all happy about us coming there and said, okay, I'll do that. Never again.
Yeah.
So learned my lesson on that one. Anyway, I don't know. That's over now. Whatever. It's in the past. I moved on. But anyway, it was kind of a strange trip. Like I thought it was going to be like one event after the other kind of thing going on, but it's actually a lot of downtime.
Oh.
So I slept a lot and watched some NBA playoffs and stuff too. Some.
Sure.
And then mostly just chilled and all that,
You know why you watch the NBA playoffs?
Because there was nothing else.
Because there is nothing else on.
That's it, baseball, I guess, but I haven't been watching that either.
Yeah. The NBA, I feel like, especially with the product they put out on the court now, I feel like is like it's not must-watch TV. It's, there's nothing else on TV.
Yeah. Well, we got some stuff coming up, I guess. I mean, the NBA playoffs are heating up, whatever, round one, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A little drama with the Magic and the Celtics. I guess Tatum got banged up a little bit, and they're all pissy because they think they being too rough, being too physical.
They need to go back and watch some Michael Jordan Detroit Pistons games, and then you can tell me about Too Rough. These guys are a bunch of sissies, man. Sissies.
Well, and then so I guess last night Pacers beat the Bucks. Bucks are down 2-0 now, which everybody's. I saw some of Giannis's stats, and it ain't his fault.
Well, I mean,
It's not his fault.
it still could be Giannis's fault, even though he's putting up the numbers.
I'm just saying, it ain't him not trying.
I mean, James Harden puts up great numbers every year, but I wouldn't say that he's like
34 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists. I say he did his part.
maybe he did his part. I mean, he didn't seem to drag any of his teammates along with him. So.
Well, 7 assists, more than anybody else, I think. Let me see.
I think that's Milwaukee's biggest problem right now is that 7 assists was the best assist on the team. I mean,
And Lillard had 7 as well.
the ball's can't be sticking, and with Giannis, I mean, he gets the ball at the top of the key. Well, there are some plays where it's inbounded to him, and he goes from one end of the court and drives straight on the guy and shoots the ball. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the ball doesn't move or doesn't touch anybody else. And I'm not saying that he can't score that way or that he doesn't get fouled and go to the free throw line and we all got to stand around for 25 seconds and watch him shoot a free throw. It's not. You watch Golden State or you watch OKC, the ball never sticks, man. It's constantly moving. There's no ISO being played pretty much at all during the game.
Steph, right? Well, Giannis took 20 shots. Okay, Portis took 19 off the bench.
Yeah, see, there we go.
The next guy was Damian. He had 13 attempts.
And Steph does play a little bit of ISO, but most of what Steph does is he works without the ball, man. That guy is constantly running through screens.
He is running a lot.
Dude, that guy is so in shape. So in shape.
And then the Thunder beat up on the Grizz again. They won by 20-something. 20, let's see. 19, actually, I guess. But, yeah, they're good, man. They're so good. They
are really good. And SGA didn't even have a good shooting night. He only shot like 30-something% from the floor, and the rest of the team just whooped butt, dude.
Let me see here what his numbers were. 10 for 29.
Yeah, and they still ended up winning that ball game.
Yeah, well, in that first game, I saw he had like 10 or 12 points, and they were up by 30. I was like...
Well, I heard a stat today that OKC's bench outscored Memphis's bench something like 30-12 or something like that. I mean,
yeah,
that's good team ball.
Yeah, this game here, they had 14 points on their bench, and Oklahoma City had 33.
Yeah.
Over twice as minutes. Yeah, they're good, man. They're really good.
They really are good. They're probably my pick out of the West.
And then the Lakers came back and tied it up 1-1.
The Lakers dominated most of that ball game. They were they had the lead for the whole ball game.
And then Luka
Minnesota
is the way.
Yeah, Minnesota tried their hardest to come back in the fourth quarter and got it down under single digits, I think. And then somebody touched LeBron, and there was a technical foul involved. And next thing you know, the ball game's pretty much over. So there you go.
Luka didn't shoot. He almost shot 50% from the field, but he was only 2 for 8 from 3.
How many assists he had? Because I felt like he was throwing the ball around a lot.
9. He was 1 away from a triple double.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually had a pretty good game. LeBron had a decent game. Archimura or whatever, he got his nose popped in the first quarter. Ended up having to wear a mask for the rest of the ball game. It's a little bit physical, but again, it's nothing like late 80s, early 90s basketball. The physicality is not even close to the same.
Yeah. What happened to hang on a minute. What happened to old Connect?
Dalton,
Did he get
I
hurt or
don't know.
something?
I don't know if he. I don't know. I think they shut him down for the season. I think he might have got hurt.
He played. Hang on a minute.
I don't
Where's
remember
his stats
seeing him
at?
last night during that ball game.
He played 78 games,
Yeah, he was doing really well.
9 points. Well, he didn't. He was a do not play last night. Coach's decision.
I don't know. Maybe he's.
I'm out of the loop here a little bit, so.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. Here's a question from Anthony. What are you guys' thoughts on Ryan Clark and the people on College Football Live accusing and blaming Miami for what happened with Nico in Tennessee? I didn't hear anything about Miami. I know he went to we'll get to that in a second here. We'll get to that in just a second, Anthony. Because well, screw it. I don't know, did you see the 100-year check thing tweet come out yesterday where he's backing up the edge saying, yeah, you can go recoup money for anybody who leaves after they take money. And then I saw somewhere that Madden took up to $200,000 already, and they're wanting some of that back or all of it back. I don't know how much.
I would want every freaking penny. Now listen, all right. I thought this stuff with Tennessee was pretty funny. Okay, when Nico left Tennessee and he went to UCLA, I thought it was actually a pretty good laugh because the kid ended up screwing himself out of about $1 million from what I can figure out by taking bad advice. All right. But this crap ain't funny anymore. This is affecting my team. Okay, when it starts affecting my team, this crap ain't funny no more. All right.
Yeah.
We've got to come up with contracts. If we're going to treat them like professionals, let's treat them like professionals, and they need to sign their name on the dotted line, and we need to have a contract with them.
Supposedly that's coming, supposedly.
And it should have been there before we paid the very first student. It should have already been there.
Yeah. Okay, Anthony, I get what you're saying now. The thing with Nico was this was before the spring ever got here. Like this was happening in the playoffs and stuff. They were wanting more money. Hey, I played the regular season. There was no discussion of playoff money, so they wanted more money for that. They had to have that whole ordeal, and I'm sure they weren't the only team that did that either. So, or had to go through that. But then when they got to the spring, he was supposedly getting like 2.5. He asked for 4, and they told him to kick rocks.
Yeah.
And you ain't bigger than the logo.
Yeah.
And he left. He hit the portal. Well, actually, he skipped practice. Then he hit the portal. Then this whole thing with Madden, his brother, a few days later, or a week later, however long it was, not that long, just up and hits the transfer portal. And they think it was just a money grab. It was just he could have done it anywhere. It just happened to be Arkansas. You know what I mean? But there's like no real intent for him to stay here. He was just coming to get the money, get what money he could, and he was going to go back to UCLA. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's true or not, but all of them are asking for more money. It's not just him.
So the I'm leavings think that they have found a loophole to where they can just go and get them some money and then jump in the transfer portal and collect some more money and then jump in the transfer portal and collect some more money and so on and so on. So I feel like that Miami's not to blame here. The team to blame, if you're looking to blame somebody, would be UCLA, because we need teams to step up and tell these kids no. no, we're not taking you. We saw what you did to the last team that you were with. We're not going to take a risk on you. We're not looking to give you hundreds of thousands of dollars and then you jump into the portal. I don't give a crap if you put your hands up and say, no, I won't do that this time. We don't trust you. So
Yeah.
you just need more and more universities to stand up and do that. Either that or you need to get your butts in gear and have contracts to where these kids have to sign and then they become liable for this money. Because now you're in a situation where you're taking a kid to court to try and recoup some money, but you have no written contract with this kid. You have nothing that says, what is your legal basis that you're going to go after this kid for?
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to get it back. I mean, you would think there'd be some kind of paper trail or something that's, I don't know, like a student loan, you know what I mean, or something, some kind of pay. You got to sign something.
You think you would have to? You think?
I don't
Well,
know.
your letter of commitment should be some sort of,
And Anthony, I don't blame Nico necessarily. I've heard it's more the people around him, his dad specifically.
Yeah, I feel like we got a LeVar Ball situation. Like the dad is making decisions, and they're terrible decisions. Absolutely terrible decisions.
They are, absolutely.
But that's the problem again, and I'm sure it's this way in the pros too. But it's one of the problems that you have because these kids are so young and everything, and they got 25 people in their ear giving them advice, and kids at that age, especially when it comes to money, don't make good decisions, So
yeah. Well, they're supposed to have this revenue sharing, and they're going to be a clearinghouse, and everything has to be approved, and like it'll be like a contract has to be approved type thing. Like I guess they can say no, you can't pay them that much. I don't know how that's going to work.
I definitely think it wouldn't hurt to put a cap on these teams. I mean,
well, that's for sure.
And you could make the cap pretty high.
This is a very true right here.
It's
This
very
is
true.
Absolutely. That's been going on for as long as it's been sports.
Yeah, that happens in Little League right there.
Yeah. For sure.
That's why you get soccer coaches that get punched out by parents and stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't heard the latest today or anything. There's rumors that Madden's going to UCLA as well. So him and Nico will team up in UCLA. Apparently, I don't know. Whatever. Good riddance.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
I like KJ Jackson anyway. I think his last name's Jackson. Big kid, left-handed kid. You know what I'm talking about?
That's the thing, though, is that with all this stupid transfer portal and NIL money, I am not ready to commit and say I like this kid because I don't even know if he's going to be on my team or not. You know what I mean? Every time I fall in love with one of these kids, all of a sudden it's like, oh, never mind, I ain't coming here. Never mind, I'm going to go somewhere else.
I know the basketball team is just frustrating right now, bro.
We
were already excited for this portal, and all the stuff to happen, and nothing happened, man. Like nothing really happened the whole time. Like
we picked up Nick Pringle.
These really good players would come through, and we'd be tied to them, and then it'd be like everybody be excited and all this stuff, and then find out, no, we weren't pursuing them. Like, why not? What are we doing? We got all this money and we're not spending it. You know what I mean? So people are kind of freaking out, and then I don't know. And then the portal closes, and there's a couple of big fish, but they don't fit with what we like. PJ Haggerty from Memphis, right? The point guard. He wants to play point guard, and he wants $4 million. Sorry, bro. We don't have room for you, and I ain't paying you that. So,
well, and at this point, I mean, is he going to get $4 million? Is there a team out there that's going to spend $4 million?
I don't know, man.
On a kid coming from Memphis? Nothing against Memphis or anything, but I mean,
I think they always ask for a lot more than what they get. You know what I mean?
I think it also gets exaggerated by the people reporting on it because
That
this
too.
kid that went to BYU that reportedly BYU was going to give $7 million to or something like that. Like I saw him in an interview and he's like, no, I don't even know where that guy started. I did not even get close to $7 million to play basketball.
Yeah, I know. I've heard some crazy stuff. That kid that Nate met, right? He went to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rumor is that Tennessee swooped in and offered him $5 million, and he said, "All right, I'll go there." Well, Duke had been leading the whole time, man. The whole time.
See, I still wouldn't do. I'm not paying $5 million to a kid for 1 year. It's not going to happen.
I wouldn't either, especially a
that
freshman. He's not even played in the college.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You don't even know if you're going to be able to play on the college level or not.
Right. That's a risk for sure.
Yeah, it's like the NFL draft. You know, there's a reason why there are rookie contracts because they got lambasted so bad back in the day when there wasn't one by people like DeMarcus Russell and these guys that got millions of dollars and then turned out to be crap.
Yeah, they were getting more than veterans.
Yeah, that's the reason we came out with the rookie contract. I don't want to pay a freshman. I don't want to pay some kid who's a senior coming out of the transfer portal $4 million. But it's more likely that he might be worth it than a freshman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, geez, it's crazy.
It's nuts, man.
It's nuts. How much money they're paying. Kentucky's roster is supposedly $20 million.
See, again, you don't know it. You don't know if that's true or not.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know.
No idea. Because supposedly
that's rumors.
Supposedly we have some of the most NIL money, and I don't think we're even close to $20 million.
Well, we had $3 million setback for Nate and $3 million setback for Adu, and we didn't get either one of them. So we should have $5-6 million sitting around. RJ Lewis is out there. I like him.
Well, you don't get to build the team is the problem.
I know. There's nobody really though, man. There's nobody that's just like, oh man, that dude. Yeah, let's get that dude. Unless somebody comes out of the NBA draft, it's like, nah, I'm not. Heck with the draft. I'm going to stay in college.
Well, see, we got one kid that supposedly is on our team who is filling out the draft, and I think he's coming back, but he might not. I mean, he might end up need another person.
I saw today he was as high as 36th on one of the draft.
See, that's what I'm saying. I was just looking at the draft board. There's not like a ton of kids.
Yeah. So that's no guarantee he may stay. He for real might. Unless he thinks he can come back and have a good year and be a lottery pick next year. But
that would be so sweet if we could get him back.
Man, we need him for sure. And Coach Cal's like, yeah, I'm happy with who we got. What? Oh, man. Like,
well,
I don't know, man.
You're talking about the same guy. You're talking about the same guy where the Arkansas message boards were like, oh, this guy's asleep. He's asleep at the wheel. He's not doing anything. And then turned out he had Nick Pringle on campus and nobody had a clue that Nick Pringle was on campus, you know. Yeah. So him saying
last year.
Him saying that he's satisfied with his team, I don't believe a word that he's saying. Like right now you're dealing with Godfather Cal. You know, he's not going to let anything out of the bag of what they're doing, anything like that.
Probably not.
I wouldn't be surprised if you find out, oh, well, yeah, I was happy with our team, but I decided to add these 4 guys, you know, or whatever.
Let's see. What else we got going on here? So the NFL draft's coming up tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, man. Are we going to do a draft show?
I don't know.
I feel like we should at least do the first round.
We could discuss. That's a long show, but yeah, we can do it. We could probably do it.
Well, it's not like I have a life. Do you have?
I mean, I need to sleep when I can. It's kind of my life. But you said I heard you say a while ago we were talking in the before we hit record.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is picking 12th.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Okay. Yeah.
Now the rumor is they're trying to trade up. So you thinking they're going to trade Dak?
I am not opposed to trading Dak. I'm also not opposed to keeping Dak. Okay. Dak comes with some serious questions this year. I mean, he's coming off an injury, a serious injury, tore his hamstring away from the bone. I don't know what kind of recovery time that takes. I don't know, if he's ready to go already or what, but I don't know what you could get for him, honestly, because of the injury. He's such a question mark because of the injury.
Mm-hmm.
And he just signed a monster contract. So you're going to have to get somebody to pick up that contract. And you might be able to get Cleveland to do it. They love doing stupid stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Cleveland?
Yeah.
Who are you going to get to replace him, though, is the thing.
There's some decent quarterbacks in this draft. If you're going to move up, you'd have to get all the way to number 1 to get Cam Ward, but you still got Shadur in there, Jackson Dart's in there.
If they move up, the rumor is they want Travis Hunter. So they ain't going to get a QB. So what they're going to have to either be a part of the trade,
Mm-hmm.
or they're going to have to plan on picking one up later.
Well, 12's not that far down.
What's their other picks? Round 2, they got the 44th pick.
How in the hell did I end up on the WNBA draft? I don't care about the WNBA draft.
I don't see one in the 3rd round. Oh yeah, 76. So yeah, they got I don't know, man. None of these quarterbacks are going to be left by the 76th pick, I don't think. Could be wrong, but you're not going to get a top one. I mean,
Brock Purdy was the Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, but they don't have very often.
Tom Brady went in the 6th round.
Okay. 2 in like 50 years. Okay.
I'm just saying it happens.
Yeah.
But we don't have a backup anymore because we gave old Cooper Rush away, or we didn't give him away. He went somewhere else.
Here you go. Oh, Quinn Ewers is going to be available in the 3rd round, and you're going to draft him, and you're going to love it.
Well, I mean, he's definitely a Texas boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they ought to go offensive tackle. Like if there is a stud sitting there for offensive tackle,
mm-hmm.
You got to go get him.
Well, you got Will Campbell, LSU.
Wide receiver or secondary. I'll take either one of those because we need to shore up our secondary. And I would love to pair somebody with CD Lamb.
You need to replace Zach Martin too.
Need to replace Zach Martin. I'm not against a running back if it's the running back I want.
I don't see it. I mean, there's a couple here. I mean, Travion Henderson, you could probably pick him up in a.
Well, if they move up, why do you move up unless you're going after one of the top dudes? So, I mean, if you end up moving up, you're going after Travis Hunter, or you're going after a Gentry, or you're going after, you're going after somebody that is going to be a difference maker. If you're actually going to move up, you're looking for somebody who's going to make a difference this year. If you're going to stick where you're at, you could run into somebody who makes a difference this year, but you're probably looking at a 2nd or 3rd year guy if you stay where you're at.
Yeah, never know. Pick 12s.
But your top wide receivers, you got a kid out of Texas, Matthew Golden, Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I like
Isaiah
that one.
Bond's a good one too.
I wouldn't mind picking up another wide receiver.
Matter
I'm
of
with
fact,
you.
I'd take Bond though. He's kind of short, but he's good.
I'm with you though. I feel like LSU's Will Campbell's a good fit for us, offensive tackle. Kevin Banks Jr. from Texas, offensive tackle.
They
Dude,
need a guard though, right? We need a guard.
we actually need a guard or a center is what we need. Center, you got one coming out of Ohio State that's ranked pretty high.
I don't see center on this list. It's just interior lineman.
Yeah, I got offensive tackle, offensive guard. Who you want to know about guard? Guard Tyler Booker out of Alabama.
Yeah. Who's the first center?
First center is a kid out of Ohio State called Seth McLaughlin.
Okay, let me see. Okay, he's like way down here on the list. Okay. Okay, so there's a bunch of guards that are ranked higher than him, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to. Here's what I don't want. I'm not interested in a defensive end or a pass rush guy or a defensive lineman. We have like 9,000 of those at the Cowboys. Jerry never has a problem coming up with them. Let's not waste a pick on something like that. We need to waste our pick on the offensive line or the offensive side of the ball. Now, I'm okay with a cornerback. If they go and get Travis Hunter, they move up, get Travis Hunter, that'd be cool. They could move up. They could move up and go after Deion's boy. Nobody's even bringing that fact up, you know. Oh, Jerry's in the back room dealing, trying to get Deion's boy.
Man, I got mixed emotions on him. Like I don't know if he's gonna be good or not. You know, I mean, I don't know.
I think he's definitely got the skill set to be good, and he's definitely got the attitude to play in the NFL. Like he thinks he is something special, which you kind of got to have that attitude to play in the NFL. So you gotta feel like you belong, and he definitely feels like he belongs. So
well, that's for sure.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's dynamic. I think he's definitely, you know, you flush him out of the pocket and you better be ready. But I don't know. I'm just saying, we're talking about Jerry Jones. Okay. Jerry liable to screw this up 10 ways to Sunday. Okay. So.
I'm reading his scouting report here a little bit. He does complete more than 70% of his passes.
There's only one punter in the draft this year.
Really?
Jeremy Crenshaw from Florida.
Hang on, my button's not working. Hang on. Oh, it's like grayed out. It won't let me click on it. We don't care about kickers over here at CBS.
Safety.
I got that Starks kid from Georgia. And I think isn't that Winston kid from Penn State?
Yeah, he's in there. They're like the top two in safeties.
Mubaka, I can't say that guy's name. Makuba.
I think that if you're in the war room, okay, they actually have fullback on this list. We don't draft fullbacks, we create no players available at this position. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Now, overall, they're saying that Abdul Carter, best athlete on the board.
That's ESPN?
Yeah. Now, this is best available, okay? And this is overall. This is everybody. Okay. So if you were to list best available on a wall somewhere, this is best available. They're saying Abdul Carter. Okay. And they're even
Okay.
predicting he's going first. Okay.
He's good. He's really
He is
good.
good. Second, you got Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is second on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Who's third on this list?
Cam Ward on mine.
Ashton Gentry, baby. Come
Gentry.
on. Cam Ward ain't till number 8 on my list.
Gentry ain't number 10 on mine.
Now, one position we haven't talked about that I'm never upset if they're picked is a tight end. I wouldn't mind having another Jason Witten or Jay Novacek on my team.
Yeah. Well,
Colston,
I'm not sure there's any of those.
Colston Loveland is
Yeah.
Matt Miller. No, Tyler Warren, Penn State. He's your number 1 tight end.
Colston's number 1 on this list.
93 grade. Colston was a 92 grade on this one. I think you're splitting hairs there. I would take a 92 or a 93. If I'm playing Madden and a 93 card pops up, I'm going to be happy.
I don't know about the tight ends. Loveland's pretty high. He's ranked 12th overall.
I'm not saying we need to go get a tight end. I'm just saying I won't be upset if a tight end is picked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm making the pick, I'm picking an offensive tackle or an offensive guard.
Mason Graham's going to be good, man. That dude's going to be good in the league. It's a defensive lineman, but, he's good to be good. He really is, I think.
All right, so Tennessee gets the first pick.
Yep, Tennessee.
Okay, your top 3 picks are Tennessee, Cleveland, and New York. Okay.
Yeah, they think Tennessee's going to take Cam Ward.
Okay, so if Jerry wants to move up, he probably has to make a deal with
Cleveland,
Tennessee, Cleveland, or New York, or the Patriots to get in the top 4.
The Giants aren't going to trade him if you're trying to get rid of Dak. You want to give the Giants Dak?
They need a quarterback.
They do, but I don't know if I want to see him in my.
Would you rather have Dak as your quarterback or give him to New York and then bring in somebody like Shador or Jackson Dart or somebody like that to play?
I think I keep Dak.
Because I feel like if you go after a quarterback, you're setting yourself back at least a year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't see many guys. Even Dak came off the bench behind Romo when Romo got hurt. So, I mean.
You could pick up one of those guys in the second round or third round probably. Like Dart might still be there in the second round.
Yeah, but we're talking about trading Dak and moving up. What are you moving up for?
Travis Hunter? I mean, you ain't moving up for what?
I would take Travis Hunter. I feel like that's a win-win for the Cowboys, but at the same time,
if Tennessee takes Cam Ward,
are you going to let him play both sides of the ball? Because that's what he wants.
If he's all pro at both, I guess probably would.
You're going to let him go 120 snaps in the NFL?
I don't know.
And not only that, but
I mean,
play calls in the NFL on the offensive side of the ball are so much more intricate and everything compared to the defensive side of the ball. I feel like if he really wants to play both sides of the ball, like in practice and everything, they need to have him on the offensive side of the ball because there's so much more to learn on that side than there is on the defensive side.
Yeah. Good.
But I also feel like he's more valuable on the defensive side.
I think he can be valuable on both if he's actually
especially with Diggs in the backfield, and we're getting back Bland. They'll both be healthy, and then you add Travis Hunter to our secondary.
I don't know if he plays secondary. I think he might just play wide receiver.
if you can talk him into that. That's the problem, is that this kid believes that he's going to play both sides of the ball. So you run the risk of ending up with a disgruntled player because you're like, hey, we'll give you 20 snaps on the offensive side, but you got to play mostly defense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
That'd be tough, man. That'd be tough.
That would be. I think your best option though would be to trade with Cleveland. I don't think the Giants. I don't think you want to trade with them.
I don't even think I want to put my team anywhere near Cleveland.
And then New England's gone. By the time he gets to New England, he's gone. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Travis, if you're trying to get Travis Hunter.
Yeah. If you want Travis Hunter, you need New York, Cleveland.
You got to do Cleveland.
Or the Patriots. You have to have either one of those do a deal with you.
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to do it. The Giants ain't going to trade nothing with you. You don't want to trade with them. And New England don't have nothing. Where you get
we're talking about the front office that traded off Barkley. Okay, if you want to deal with any team here, you want to deal with New York because they're a bunch of putts.
They don't have anything now, though.
That don't.
Except for the pick.
Yeah, you're just after the pick. I mean, it'd be nice if you could pick up a couple of key pieces with it, but you're just actually after the pick at this point.
Well, they're gonna want your 12th pick and Dak and your 3rd and your mother's land and some other stuff.
Yeah, but the NFL, they do those deals where, all right, they've traded for 5 picks in the 2028 draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One this year, one next year, 1 3 years now, one for 7 years from now.
Yeah.
I think they go out 2 or 3 years, I think.
Now, it also depends on what you got to trade to get that pick. Because like I don't have a problem with you trading Dak, but I don't want you really touching anybody else on my team.
I feel like he's your biggest asset to trade. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Micah Parsons is a pretty big asset.
Nah, you don't want to get rid of him.
I don't want to get rid of him. No, but we're talking about a senile old man, not me.
We'll see what happens here.
You got CD Lambs. He's a pretty big asset.
If you don't trade him either, you know what I mean? Dak, I'm okay with parting ways with. I'm okay with parting ways with Dak.
I'm okay with parting ways with Dak, and that's what I said. But that's like the only player on my team that I really want to get rid of, and I don't really want to get rid of him, but I'm okay with it. You know?
Yeah. Well, it'll be somebody you don't. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they'll say, "Oh, we'll be like, we moved up. We're gonna get what we want. We gave up what?" No,
we gave up our 12th pick and CD Lamb and Dak Prescott and Mike Parsons.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Yeah, and then Jerry ends up going with that. He gets like the 2nd pick and he picks, let's see.
Yeah. Defensive lineman.
He picks like the only punter on the board. That's who they pick.
That'd be sad. It'd be so sad. All right. Well, we'll talk about the draft thing. We may do the first 12 picks. How about that?
I'm like I said, I have nothing to do tomorrow. We do the whole draft. I'll do the first 12 if that's what you want to do. I don't care. I have no plans, none whatsoever.
Okay, we'll see.
And I'm going to end up watching the first round anyway. So
I probably will too, most of it.
Yeah.
What time does it start?
Oh, I don't know.
Where is this draft? Round 1, 8 p.m. Eastern, so 7 o'clock our time. Okay.
And then tonight you got a little bit of NBA. Orlando and Boston go at it again.
Yes.
Miami and Cleveland go at it, and Golden State and Houston go at it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't want to watch that, you could watch the NHL tonight. All right, some good hockey games tonight. You got Montreal against Washington, Dallas against Colorado, and Edmonton against LA. Now, the Edmonton LA game is going to be fire. You might want to watch that.
Okay.
And then if you don't want to watch that, you got MLB is going on, and you got St. Louis and Atlanta, Cincinnati and Miami, and a whole lot of other games. There's a lot of MLB going on.
Yes, there is. And then when's the WNBA start? It starts coming up like sometime in May, right? May 2nd. We got preseason.
I think that's one of the biggest problems that it shouldn't be a problem, but it seems like it's a problem, is when the WNBA kicks off.
Looks like Friday, May the 16th will be the first regular season game.
Has Aaron Rodgers made a decision yet, or is he still deciding?
I think he's still deciding. I saw something about the Jets flew him out. He flew out to talk to the guy in person on his own dime, and he got there, and the guy was like, "What do you think about playing quarterback?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm still interested." And he goes, "Okay, well, we're moving on." So, may he fly out there on his own dime just to tell him you're fired.
Ooh, what happens to Will Levis?
What you mean?
Well, Will Levis is going to get replaced, right? I mean,
I think draft Cam Ward. Yeah, it sounds like they're kind of moving on. Huh?
So what happens to Will Levis?
I don't know. Maybe they're going to trade him.
So what if you do a deal? What if you do a deal with Tennessee? Okay, you do a deal with Tennessee. You take their draft pick. You get Will Levis. Okay. I don't know what you'd have to give them. You'd have to probably give them draft picks. You get the pick, and you pick Cam Ward. No, that wouldn't work. But then you could ship Dak off to Tennessee. And
where's Tennessee pick?
They pick first.
Oh, they're first, yeah.
And he wouldn't be in your division anymore. Tennessee would get a decent quarterback, which is what they're after.
I just don't know if you could trade up that far and not.
Then you could take Cam. You could take Cam Ward as your future quarterback, right?
Because you know how they are. That first pick, they'd want your first round pick this year, your first round pick next year. You know what I mean? Like they would want.
Well, you have to decide on whether the player you're going after is worth all that or not.
I just don't know that there is.
I don't know if there's a player
this
worth
year.
that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, maybe he could be. I don't know yet.
You know, Jerry would trade up, get that spot, and then be like, Abdul Carter. That's who we're going with.
Probably. All right. Well, let's get out of here. I'm gonna get some dinner and then watch that Magic game. So
I think the best thing that could happen to the Cowboys on draft day is like some emergency to happen to where Jerry couldn't be there. That would probably be like the best thing that could happen to the Cowboys on draft day.
Oh my gosh, you'd be ticked when he got better. You drafted who?
Well, we end up going into a draft and into a season with our hands tied behind our back because we're the only team out there with a senile old man running our team. So
that's partly true. Yes,
I did hear a thing today. And it made me kind of chuckle.
Okay.
Turns out they did some sort of poll or something to North Texas fans. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fans in North Texas. Who is the most hated person in sports right now? Nico Harris comes in first. Jerry Jones comes in second. Way to go, Jerry. You moved down on the list, buddy. It took trading away Luka Doncic for fans to be like, okay, well, maybe Jerry ain't that bad. Jerry's pretty bad, but he ain't as bad as that Nico guy.
That's crazy. You think he'd have a better approval rating than that? You know what I mean?
Well, and now every time Luka wins a game in the playoffs, the hatred for Nico just goes up even more. So if the Lakers pull off a miracle and end up in the Western Conference Finals, Nico is going to he needs to quit his job and probably move. It's probably what he needs to do.
Yep. Dallas better have some good seasons in the next couple of years or he's going to be in trouble, dude.
Well, did you see his interview where he talked
all-time history of worst trades of all time?
They did an interview with him, and somebody asked him did you understand how much Luka meant to the fans when you did this? And he said, well, I thought I had some understanding. He said, I didn't realize he was this popular. And he's like, but if the fans will just hold on, we're going to be good next year. We're going to be good the year after that. You're going to see this is going to work out for us. I'm like, yeah, you sound like somebody pleading for your life is what you sound like.
No kidding. I saw, who was it? Somebody, it was Jerry Jones came out and said, yeah, Luka used to come to the games with us and watch him all the time. I hope he was. My wife cried when he got traded. You know, I'm like, oh, dang.
Oh
yeah, Dallas is in trouble, man, for the Luka thing.
Oh man.
Anyway, all right, man. I'll catch you in the Discord later, I guess.
Yeah. What time's Orlando tip off?
6.
I guess since it's playoffs, it's on regular TV. TNT, baby. All right. Yeah, I might watch some of that. I got church tonight, so I got to run out to do some Bible study. But when I get back, I'll turn on the ball game.
All right, man. I will catch you later then.
All right. Peace and love, brother.
Peace.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.